Hey, what's up guys? It's Tyler here. So today's video is the first of a three-part series that I'm titling Division Realignment Proposals. Basically, I'm looking at the NFL, NBA, and Major League Baseball and how the divisions are currently structured, and how I feel from a logistics standpoint the divisions could be better aligned. It would make just more reasonable sense to be aligned. So today, obviously, I'm covering the NFL, hence the gear. So appearing on your screens here in just a moment are the current NFL divisions as they are structured. Alright, so now that you guys have seen how the NFL divisions are currently structured, I'm going to submit my proposal to anyone who will listen to how the divisions should be better realigned from a logistical standpoint, from a geography standpoint, and just from a common sense standpoint. So I've got my little sheet here, and we'll start with the NFC. There are two divisions that will remain completely unchanged. First of which is the NFC West, which comprises of the Seattle Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals, Los Angeles Rams, and the San Francisco 49ers. So just right there, it just makes sense. So not much more I need to say about that. And the other division that would stay the same is the NFC North, which includes the following teams: the Green Bay Packers, Chicago Bears, Minnesota Vikings, and the Detroit Lions. So once again, just from a common sense standpoint, logistics, geography, makes sense. We'll just leave it alone. So the first division that would change is the NFC East, which under my proposal would include the following teams: the Philadelphia Eagles, Carolina Panthers, the Washington Football Team, and the New York Giants. So the one change would just simply be the Carolina Panthers being in the division instead of the Dallas Cowboys. So to me, yeah, the Dallas Cowboys being in Dallas, Texas, playing in the NFC East, it just doesn't make sense to me. And then if you look at the NFC South, you have the Carolina Panthers playing in that division with teams that are in the South. So it just makes sense to me. Just put the Panthers in the NFC East and put the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC South. So that being said, the NFC South would look like this: Dallas Cowboys, New Orleans Saints, Atlanta Falcons, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So just looking at, so basically the one change would be the NFC East saying, hey, let's trade the Dallas Cowboys to the NFC South and in exchange for the Carolina Panthers. That's basically it. See, like the AFC, which I'm getting ready to cover here in a second, this is where a lot of wheeling and dealing would happen. So let's go ahead and head on over to the AFC and look at the divisions under my proposal. So let's start with the AFC West, the division that the Chiefs have been dominating for the past number of years, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. Sorry, I'm getting a little cocky, but until you prove me otherwise, I'm going to keep believing it. So the AFC West would be the only division that would remain the same under my proposal, and the AFC West is comprised of the Kansas City Chiefs, Las Vegas Raiders. I know, I'm still trying to get used to that. Same with the Los Angeles Chargers. Still trying to get used to that name. And the Denver Broncos. So, not much more I need to say about that. So here's where it gets exciting from a realignment standpoint. So, in the AFC North, the one change would be taking out the Baltimore Ravens and inserting the Indianapolis Colts. So the AFC North would look like this: the Indianapolis Colts, Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It makes sense, so let's just roll. In the AFC East, the one new team in the division would be the Baltimore Ravens. And so the AFC East would look like this: the Buffalo Bills, the New England Patriots, New York Jets, and then the Baltimore Ravens. To me, it just makes sense, so not much more I need to say. And now the AFC South, the one addition would be the Miami Dolphins, which would make a lot of sense because then they would play the Jacksonville Jaguars twice a year, which is a team in their own state, so that makes perfect sense. So the AFC South would look like this: Miami Dolphins, Jacksonville Jaguars, Houston Texans, and the Tennessee Titans. See, there you go. I tackled all of the just doesn't make sense instances, and the divisions under my proposal would make perfect sense. So hopefully this gets the attention of the right people, and they look at, oh, this makes perfect sense. Let's just roll with it. Now, I do want to say, I don't know what that process would look like. If there would have to be a committee that would have to be in charge of that. I don't know if it would require a certain number of votes from the NFL owners. I'm sure it probably would. And then I don't know how long that would take, even if the NFL owners looked at this and went, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Let's just do that. So, and I don't know how much the owners would want to do this, or how set in their ways they would be and resist change. So these are a lot of factors that would probably play into this that would just either complicate the whole thing or never get it off the ground at all. But my proposal, I think it makes a lot of sense. Hopefully you guys do too. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for next month when I cover the NBA, and there's going to be some twists in there, so stay tuned for that next month. But otherwise, have a great day. God bless.